Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing great. I did a video this morning with a little market update as a CPI print came out at, what is it, 8.6%. And very interesting, I came out, a buddy of mine, James, said I could see us being down 800 points. And I wish this was live, but I got a meeting I got to go to soon. So I'm going to upload this as soon as possible. I'm going to talk about gold and what's happening. It's very, very important for people to realize what's happening. So the stock markets right now are down about 800 points, a little over 800 points, the Dow Jones, right? I do believe we're going to see 1,000 points today. I'd be surprised if we didn't at this point. I think James is right. But even if we didn't, it doesn't matter about what we're talking about. Everything across the board, oil, gold, crypto, we're down, right? Now, as of the filming of this, oil's still down. Crypto is down. Gold popped up. Very interesting. You see, in 2008, as stocks were starting to trend down, 2007, 2008, they're coming down, they're coming down, they're coming down, right? The same thing happened with gold and silver. They're trending down, trending down, trending down because the paper shares are obviously manipulated, but they were selling off because hedge funds and large institutions are selling off their the safe haven assets because they're having margin calls. Things are getting bad, getting worse, so they're raising dollars, right? And right now, earlier this morning, I said, hey, look, the 10-year bond's up. This is not good, right? That means, and it's up significantly. We're at 3.165 right now in the 10-year, which means mortgage rates are going to continue to go up, right? That's going to put downward pressure on the real estate. What is happening? Why is gold all of a sudden popping up? It was down, now it's popping up. The reason why, and I want to give you some perspective to the price of gold too, and when people invest in gold and some mistakes I think they make, okay? And don't take any of this as financial advice, I'm just do with a bro huck and a dream and a coffee. How'd you like that little? I can't even do that again. That's like a sweet sound effect for the ninja. Who needs an editor? We're going to talk about some fundamentals in buying gold and what people miss. But today, gold right now is up pretty well. It's nice. It's up 22 bucks, right? Where a lot of people are like, hold my crypto, watch this. It's like, look, gold is doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing, right? I'm not saying that like by the time this video comes out, it's going negative because there's a flood of paper shares, right? But the fact is there's a lot of people right now running to gold because they understand what's going on. As this 10-year bond keeps going up and mortgage prices are going to get, mortgage rates are going to get higher and higher, putting downward pressure on real estate, coupling that with, I want you to understand, food and energy costs exploding, right? Which is again going to put more downward pressure on people being able to buy real estate. As real estate craters, it is going to take the economy down because everybody's wealth in this nation and around the world, most of their wealth is tied up in real estate. So that is a huge psychological barrier that cannot be overcome by so many people selling into that market, okay? And we're already seeing inventory start to balloon, getting bigger and bigger. We're seeing days on market extend. Yes, I get it. You might live in a bubble. You might throw in the comments, it's not happening here. Like, oh gosh. It's called a calendar. Wait 30 days, wait 60 days, and watch what happens. Point being is that it is already turning, right? So now let's talk about gold. Gold's going up. People are starting to buy. Premiums are pretty high. We just saw the U.S. Mint come out with record numbers. And I'm going to put a link below to a broker that I know in the business that I really do trust. And I also have a couple other links to companies if you want it vaulted. I think it's very important because this is the day and age where we need to start waking up to what is happening. People are starting to buy up gold. Now, I hear this all the time. People come up and they buy gold and they're like, all right, I'm going to buy a few coins or I'm going to buy 10 coins, right? Let's say 10 coins. This is easy ninja math. Man, I think it's going to come down. And today it's up 20 bucks. And I'm like, okay, so are you going to buy it? No, I'm waiting for it to come down 20 bucks. And I'm like, 20 bucks an ounce? They go, yeah. And I'm like, well, let's just say 50 bucks an ounce, right? And I'm going to buy 10 coins. And you go, well, wait a minute. So you're buying 10 coins. So if it comes down 50 bucks, you're going to save. And they go, a lot of money. I'm like, 500 bucks, right? They're like, yeah. And I go, but if you divide that 500 bucks over the amount you're literally spending, that on a percentage basis isn't that much. And people I don't think really get it. There's not a time, and this is why I always say just dollar cost average in. When you're talking pennies, especially with gold, like today, 20 bucks. And I know somebody that's holding off, waiting, and I'm like, I'm not thinking the small picture when it comes to that. When we're talking about silver and you're talking about, you're buying a significant dollar amount and it's down like $1 or something like that, and or up $1, and you want it to come down, okay, I could see that. But on a percentage basis, when it comes to gold, personally, what I'm doing, and especially like what my company's doing, I'm just dollar cost averaging in. It's not worth the day that this thing breaks. And we just don't know. We don't know when that day is. But I'm going to tell you what, if you go back and look at a chart of gold in 1980 to 82, man, that spike happened. It's like catching a rocket. You can't. And what happens is every time when those days start and it goes shooting up, right? And you're waiting for it to come down. There's some days it comes down, but it doesn't always touch during a bull market. It doesn't touch where it was the day before. I saw that with silver in 2009, 2010. It was crazy. It was boom down, and it was just going up and down, but it was a rocket ship. And so what I would say is, this is my non-financial advice. If you want to hedge against inflation, don't worry about the $20 moves in gold. Buy a little bit of gold, set it aside or vault it, and look at that. I think look at it that way, because you need to look at longer term, because you're never going to be able to catch the bottoms on these things. I really want you to understand that. It's very, very important to understand that. You're never going to be able to catch the bottoms. You're never going to be able to sell the tops. So you're looking at the long term. Do you think that gold is going to be worth more today or a year from now than it is today? Well, look back a year ago and answer that question and go, well, inflation wasn't as bad as it is today. And do you think inflation is going to be worse in the future? The answer is yes. So I think that's very, very important. Right here, it says on CNBC, the headline for right now, Dow falls 800 points after inflation hits 40-year high, consumer sentiment plummets. See, what's happening is the consumers are waking up. They're talking about the UMich survey that came out today. People are waking up to what is going on in the economy right now. And that's exciting, because you guys are already here. You're already watching these videos. Your eyes on the pulse. You got the pulse of the market, right? Now you got to put action with the pulse, and that's the thing. Guys, it's so important. Stay out of debt. If you're in debt, get out of debt. If you want to keep some debt because it's long-term, like mortgage rates are super low, once you're out of debt, focus on your high interest debt. Your credit card debt is killing you. Get out of it. It is a noose around your neck. I cannot be more blunt about it. Get out of that. And then once you're out of debt, so you can start to move into these markets. If you, there's a lot of people. I heard the other day, someone said, I had to prepare for this with food and certain things, and I used a credit card. Guys, that is not the answer. That is not the answer. Why? Even though you feel like this is going to happen tomorrow, more than likely it's not going to happen tomorrow, right? Is it going to get worse as these days go on? Yes. But I want you to work an extra day of work rather than going and putting money on your credit card, which is a financial noose around your neck, okay? I want you to have a good credit score when this thing crashes and we go, okay, we're going to go buy houses over here, look at these deals, or we're going to go buy up some cars over here, look at these deals. We're going to start a farm, we're going to start a business. This is the time to do it, actually, when it's crashing. Actually, to start a business is like right now. And I'm actually going to put out a class here pretty soon. I'm going to sell a course, not that much money, but it's like, because I think it's important for people to start side hustles, start businesses right now as we're cresting. So then you get to know whatever you're selling, your service, your products. And then as it's going down, you're finding the deals. You're buying things on the way down. You're the opposite. You're the financial firefighter. You're running into the burning bank. Everybody's running out. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. And they got their hair on fire, hopefully not the Brohawk. And they got dollars just on fire. It's so crazy. And you're just running in like, give it to me. Let's do this, baby. All right, guys, I hope you got something out of that. I think it's very, very important what's going on in the markets today. I mean, you're witnessing something interesting. Gold doing its job. Now, it doesn't mean every day it's going to happen the way you want, because paper prices get smashed. That is how it works. That's what the futures market's for, and that's how they like to manipulate it. But on the opposite side, you get to see premiums explode and shortages in physical coins, like what's going on with the mint selling record amounts of silver, gold eagles. You know the truth. All right, guys, there's two sides to every coin. With that being said, I thank you so much for watching. The Economic Ninja is out.